Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's always better to do the show after you go 2-0 on Thursday. Oh yeah. Now I got comments already. Oh man. It's funny. I'm doing show prep, and I normally I do the red screen. I share it with you. I'm missing a game, and I'm sitting here and I'm going back and forth, and I can't figure out what game I'm missing. So I'm missing a game here, and for the life of me, I can't figure out what game I'm missing. So I went off of my bookie, and so hold on here. Okay, it looks like I'm going to double check here on the YouTube side. We are good. I've never noticed that feature before. Okay, I just noticed something. Wow, there's some. Okay, if you ever I just noticed something. If you ever have a comment that's missed, let me know. Apparently, on the YouTube side, I watch it on StreamYard. I don't watch it on YouTube, so I have no idea what's going on the YouTube side. So I went ahead and I'm just looking at StreamYard. I just realized that if the comments posted, I have a allow or show, and so if you put a comment in, let me know. I'll go back and I'll allow it, unless it's something I don't want to post, which I'm pretty flexible on. Just to let you guys know, I went 4-0 last week, and I went 2-0 on Thanksgiving. I nailed both my bets. Oh, before we start, if you haven't heard, Pittsburgh, Baltimore will be played Tuesday. I'm going to do some research, and if Baltimore's relatively healthy, I heard Lamar Jackson was put on the COVID list. If he is not playing, I'm not touching the game, but if he's playing, you know how I feel about it. I think this is a game Baltimore wins. And let me get the comments here. All right, Pete, Dan, this Miami -7 has me wanting to bet the Jets all day long. What are you thinking? Is that the game I missed? That's the game I don't have. That is the game I don't have. And is that game off? Yeah, my bookie does not have that game. That's the one I'm missing. That is the one I'm missing. So, apparently my bookie has this taken down for some reason. And yes, I think the Jets are actually in good shape here. My apologies, because of all the games here, that was the one I'm missing. That's the one I'm missing. And let me see here. You know what? I'm not going to put it on. We'll just chalk it up to an error. We caught it. We'll talk about it. Let's just knock it out right now. Miami at New York. Yeah. I think so too. Yeah, Pete. As general thumb, I don't like betting on bad teams. Darnold's probably going to get the start. Even though Flacco's not played bad. But no, I actually like this game. The line's off on my bookie, so that's why I didn't have it on there. But yeah, James, Patricia better be gone. Listen, James, they are there's a lot of people who agree with you. And I was actually thinking he could have been gone today. He's still there. It's really just a matter of time. The Texans played well. That jet sweep throwback, flea flicker, whatever you want to call it, was brilliant. But if you're a defensive genius, you got to be prepared for that. I understand you had some injuries and stuff. Played way too conservative. Bad coaching. So I understand. I understand the hate here. Alex, I know you had a good Thanksgiving. Both the Texans win and the Cowboys lose with that, what was it, the jet sweep flea flicker. That got me over 301.5 yards. That was the magic number that I had to hit. And then I had the Redskins, and I took the 3 points, but I had a feeling they were going to win. Did I tell you about the Texans defense? The answer is yes, you did. They look better. They look better in Deshaun. This is a team that has no chance to make the playoffs, but man, you have to wonder if they just won 1 or 2 of those games early and were close, this would be a team to fear in playoffs. This really would. It's damn shame. Damn shame. Yeah, they did play well. Jimmy, yes, I collected. And so, I went 4-0 last week. I went 2-0 on Thanksgiving. Is there any chance that I have action placed from Sunday? Is there a chance that right before the show, a game that I was eyeballing just dropped to the number I wanted? Is there a chance I just put a bet down right before showtime? Maybe. I'm just saying there's a possibility that I've been watching a game all week and it finally hit. Maybe. I'm not saying, I'm just letting you know I'm not saying that I just put action down 45 minutes ago on a game I've been watching all week. I'm not saying that, but it could be. So I'm going to reveal if I'm going to go and try to get to 7-0. So, hey, listen, like I said, I just found out because I flipped over on the YouTube side. If there's a comment you put in, let me know. I didn't realize that YouTube shows the allows. I didn't realize. I just found that out just now. So let me know. Pete, you put action down. I'm against betting on really bad teams, but I like that bet, man. I really like that bet. I really like that one. Deshaun Watson had 4 touchdowns, 3 to Fuller and 1 to Johnson, plus a pick 6 from JJ. God dang Watt. Texans had over 200 passing yards in one, and I believe a little over 100 yards. They had over 300 yards. I know because I had Watson 301.5. So that was my Houston Detroit wager. And that his last pass in the game got over 300. So yeah. Right. Funk, man, just living the dream, man. Went 2-0, and there's a possibility that I placed action right before the show started. Possibility. So I'm gonna try to go maybe 3-0. Maybe. Not yet. It's a matter of time. It really is just a matter of time. And I'm not saying this because I got some Lions love, but I'm saying it's just facts. You guys deserve better, man. Lions fans are good fans. You've had a bad team for a long time. So. All right, Jimmy says, you got Texans -3 and the Rams to win this Pat Monday. Good to hear you're on a roll, man. Yeah, if you had Texans -3 and then you had the Rams, good play. Yeah, it's good to be on the roll. Now I'll let you know a secret. This show's a lot more fun when I kick off Thursday night at 2-0. So Texans and Lions and Texans both had 380. I did not know that. If that's the case, then the Texans didn't have 100 rushing yards. But yeah, I know that out of those, I was like, I think Houston's going to throw the ball against a banged up Detroit secondary, and that was a good play. And Alex chimes in. The trick play was amazing. Handoff to Johnson, backflip to Watson, then down to Fuller for a touchdown. No 120 yard. Yeah, it was a great play call. Great play call. Yeah, I know you weren't saying truck. Lions. Damn beat. Quinn needs to go. Yeah, it's just a matter of time. Quinn and Patricia, I think, are both going to go. It's really just a matter of time. I actually don't think it's going to be to the end of the season. I think it'll be like week 15, week 16. I think both are going to go, and it's really important. I've been saying, I really think it's going to be John Dorsey and Eric Bieniemy reuniting. I really think that. So, All right. Yeah, I do too. Yeah, Pete, you got to respect the Lions. It's just a damn shame. Damn shame. Is it this? This? Okay, my lighting's. Bear with me one second. My lighting. Here's the deal. One of the negatives about working from home is I have some lighting issues because I move around. So bear with me. I'll get it better. I'll get it better. So I'll get better. Jimmy says, I'm thinking Bieniemy's going to end up in Houston, not Detroit. Good. He could. Bieniemy's a big name. He's going to be a head coach. Not sure where. Not sure where. Alex is going to jump in. Lions need to clean house after this point. The only reason I can see keeping him is either his relationship to GM or complete incompetence. I think both the general manager and Patricia are both going to be gone. It's really just a matter of time. Bro, Stafford caught the ball on the trick play. It was close. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was awesome. So good play. You know, I love me some Stafford. And it's kind of a shame. I think I was really surprised when I went on the Luke G show that he told me there's lots of people that don't like Stafford. And I was like, are you guys high? I'm really surprised he doesn't get more respect. Really, really good player. I still don't know if they didn't call that catch at the 1 yard line. Should have been a catch. It was a good play. Even though it didn't work, kind of opened up things on the offense. I thought it was a stale game plan by Detroit. I know what they wanted to do. They wanted to run the ball. They wanted to control the clock. And I really think that they should have said, even though they were playing with backup, I understand why they did it. I mean, you get Kerryon Johnson back. You have a Hall of Famer in Adrian Peterson, but Adrian Peterson's 74 years old. He's not the same back he was in his prime. Kerryon Johnson, talented. It was also what was it, like 3 or 4 straight turnovers? It was like fumble. It was entertaining game though, really entertaining game, good game. The Lions are going to be a very interesting story in the offseason. Oh, I am going to do a special Black Monday live stream. What I'm going to do is after the season ends, I'll do a live stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm going to do 3 shorter shows. We'll just do Black Monday. I'm going to break down all the coaching firings. Wednesday, we'll break down. Sometimes a team fires a coach on a Tuesday. It's rare, but it happened last year. I don't remember which team got their coach fired. And then Friday, we'll break down all the playoff games. So just let you guys know, I am going to do a special Black Monday live stream. I'll remind you guys of that. Losing Bieniemy, you think that hurts Mahomes by any chance? Not really. Mike Kafka, who's the quarterback coach, remember that name. He's going to get a chance to be an NFL head coach, if not 2021, 2022. Just remember, Andy Reid went from quarterback coach to head coach. It's very rare that happens. Mike Kafka might do that. Losing both would hurt, but I think the Chiefs. And one thing about Andy Reid, he's always done a good job restocking. And the quarterback coach, he would step in as the offensive coordinator. Teams are already targeting him as a NFL head coach already. So I'd answer the question, no, not that much. Eric Bieniemy's more of an old school guy. He wants to run the ball a little more, being a former running back, of course. But it could hurt a little bit, but not very much. Not very much. Watson is very big on Bieniemy and is really big in finding a new GM and head coach. Well, I mean, you have to hire several people in that Houston front office and head coach. So, yeah, it's going to be very interesting what Houston does in the offseason. I'm interested to find out who they hire as their GM, and then that'll give me kind of a direction of how they want to go with the head coach. I really think that what they're going to do is go after the GM, then maybe take their time with the head coach. Some franchises will hire a head coach, then general manager. I don't think Houston's going to do that. They could. I got a feeling that what they're going to do is they're going to hire a GM because they gave the head coach formerly way too much power. I think they're going to do just the opposite this time. I think they're going to find a GM, an experienced GM, and let him pick his guy. It may be a while. You may see Houston be one of the last teams to hire a head coach, but I think the GM really wants to have a good relationship and have more power in the franchise. And you also could see a lot of players gone. You could see an atom bomb on Houston, multiple players leave. Basically, the only player that would be safe would be Deshaun Watson. Everybody else could go. It'll be a really interesting offseason for the Houston Texans. Fun fact, Stafford is tied with Carson Palmer and Vinny Testaverde for pick sixes. Stafford and Wade as well. I did not know that. That pick six, that's not a bad play by Stafford. That's just a great play by a future Hall of Fame player. It was actually interesting. Somebody, I think it was on Twitter, and had how many current NFL Hall of Famers is there? And I put down he had 4 or 5. I put 6, and I was like, I forgot this guy, and I forgot this guy. Watt was one guy I forgot. Von Miller is another guy. But there's basically 15 players. And then I put in parentheses, Mahomes not yet. Slow down, Chiefs fans. He's not Hall of Famer yet. I guarantee you some Chiefs fans going to see that and say, you said Mahomes. Yeah. Denver Gator, welcome, brother. Howdy. Happy Thanksgiving weekend. A lot of great football play. Oh, yeah. I got a lot on my DVR. I got to work tomorrow. I do have to work tomorrow. I got a lot of football on the DVR. It's going to be a very busy couple days for me. Very, very busy couple days. All right, hold on. I'm a Denver Gator. I haven't even found Alex on Twitter yet. So yeah, shoot me that link. Is that cool, Alex? Hopefully you follow my show, man. So yeah, that would be cool. Funk, 3 straight turnovers, failed to get points before the half, then took half the third quarter to get 3, kills morale in the defense, especially when 4 days. Yeah. I didn't like the game plan, but I understood it. What you do is you're playing old school ball. You're trying to control the clock, grind, shorten the game up. It's an old school approach. Something Patricia's wanted to do since day one. I did not like that at all. I don't think you do that. I think that what you do is you take your best player in Stafford. That's what I think your best player is. Give him a chance to win. Grinding up the clock. It's an old school approach, but it's playing not to lose instead of playing to win. Hopefully you get where I'm coming from. See what you think. Bottom line, they should have been more aggressive. Should have been more aggressive. You're 100%. You nailed it, Funk. You don't need me to tell you. But bottom line, this team's going to have. Here's the thing: whoever takes over this head coach, you got Hawkinson, you have Swift, you have a good offensive line, and you have a very good quarterback. Defensively, I have no idea. You could get rid of all those guys. You could keep them all. I'm going to go in order, but Jimmy points out if Golladay isn't playing and playing against Detroit, that's actually a good call, man. It's a real good call. Alex, first half had a pick 6 by the Texans, fumble recovery by the Texans, fumble recovery by the Texans, which was immediately fumbled and recovered by the Lions, and the Lions couldn't convert 2-4. Yeah, you're right. Hey, look, it was an entertaining game, man. Anybody watched that game and it wasn't like, hey, I mean, it wasn't fun. I mean, I understand why Lions fans thought it sucked. They take Thanksgiving football very seriously. So, yeah. Dude, Alex, follow me on Twitter, man. The problem is longer Sheila wants to fire BQ and Matt P. The lesser chance we have to interview the enemy. No, you're right. You're right. I don't know if they're doing something behind the scenes, but there's a very good chance that they're trying to angle. I think that what they really want to angle first is a GM. This could be a franchise very different than Houston. They may want to hire a big name head coach first and then bring in a coordinator. Now, if you go after Bieniemy, you're probably going to have to go after the GM first because Bieniemy's never been a head coach before. So, but it'll be one of the better stories in the offseason to find out what the Lions are going to do after the season's over. So. Watt didn't have to jump, and Stafford has thrown the exact same pick six earlier this year. That is on. Okay. No. Hey, Funk. Hey, man. Dude, no. Hey, man. No, I did not know that. I thought it was a great play by Watt. I really did. I thought it was a great play by Watt. I'm watching that, and I'm like, wow. Okay. If he's done it before, then it's on Stafford. I wasn't aware of that, man. No, that's good. Good point. No, good point, man. Dude. Hey, Funk. You are welcome to say whatever you want on this show. You are welcome to say whatever you want. You've had some gold on here. You've always been respectful. We don't always agree. So, and that's okay. This is never going to be a show where everybody has to agree with everything I say. There's a possibility I put action down on a game about, well, now I'm 20 minutes in the show, so 65 minutes ago. There's a chance 65 minutes ago I put some action down, and somebody's like, "No, Dan, I think I'm going to bet the opposite." And you're still welcome. I want to hear people disagree. You got every right to be mad. You deserve better. Lions clearly need Swift to have an effective running game. Haven't won a game without Galladay. That I didn't know. Galladay's good, man. And isn't something? I have to look at his contract situation, but I believe he could be a free agent after this year, and he's going to command a lot of money. He's really good. People outside Detroit don't know how good he is, but no, he's really good. Yeah. Pete. Pete asks, and it's very ironic. What do you think of Arizona versus New England? I see a low scoring or Pats win. It's very ironic that you put that up there. My bookie had a Black Friday deal where they gave Arizona an extra touchdown. You had to do it by 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So one where I am. That's why I didn't bring it up, but I put it on my sheet here. Yeah, for some reason or another, my bookie offered Arizona a touchdown, and I was getting ready to click on it, and I was like, wait a minute. What's wrong with this game? What's wrong with this game? And then the line went from 2.5 to 1. So something's goofy with this game. A company doesn't offer a play like that unless they're seeing something that I don't see. So I got a feeling Pats are going to win. And we'll talk about this a little more when I start breaking down the games. I'll follow you because, Alex, I didn't even know I'm following you on Twitter. But, man, that's awesome, man. Follow me on social media. I changed. There was a problem with my Facebook link. I have a The Dan Show football page, and I have my Facebook profile. It's basically the same thing. On Facebook, every now and then I'll post something when I'm at the gym, more for myself. More for myself than, and you can always mute those posts or see less of them. But yeah, man, it's awesome. It's awesome. I'd love to get more followers on social media. Denver Gators pretty good on Twitter too. So I like that. But Alex, I didn't even know you're following me, man. Stafford is done. I love Tim for what he has done, but he's done. 4 years ago, had ligament surgery in his throwing hand. 2 years ago, broken back. Last year, broken back. Now more ligaments damage, same hand. I don't think he's done. I still think he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league. I don't think he's top 8 or top, maybe not even top 10 or 12. Top half franchise quarterback. It'll be very interesting because the way I do know this, the way his contract's settled, if you are going to get rid of him, you get rid of him after the season. And that's usually what teams want to do, is that they want to build with a young quarterback. And Stafford here's the thing, you get rid of Stafford, right? He can start somewhere else. So Watt is the third defensive end to pick six on Thanksgiving and the third heaviest player to get a pick six in Thanksgiving. I wonder who the other two were. I'm racking my brain on the other one. So I got you, brother. Galladay, yeah, I thought Galladay's in his last year, and he's going to command a lot of money. He's going to command a lot of money. I'll throw this out there. The team I think he ends up on after everything's said and done is going to be the Jets. He'll line up opposite Denzel Mims and probably have Lawrence throwing to both those guys. So, but Halliday's really good, man. Another guy. Oh, wow. Wow. I'm a little surprised. Stafford is done. He's cooked. The man is broken. Bears and Vikings killed him. I've the years, probably, yeah, over the years. I'm kind of surprised you guys think that way. I really am. But that's usually what you do is when you want to, when you see a window that's closed, usually, hey, we got to start with a new quarterback. And I'm telling you right now, we're going to do a lot of stuff with the draft, but I think that we're going to see quarterbacks just right now. It looks like I think quarterbacks are going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the draft. Will Detroit be able to get one of those 4 quarterbacks? It'll be very interesting. Another thing is I know Denver Gator loves his Florida Gators. Trask's another guy. I was actually watching the Draft Network. I'm doing some draft stuff already, and there are a lot of people are talking about Trask, like where he'll go. Yeah, Pete, 4. Currently watching the XFL season highlights and find a lot of those rules interesting. 2 legal forward passes behind the line of scrimmage and change extra point. I know they do a few things different. I don't know exactly, but that's one thing I have to admit the NFL does I really like is they change things. Depending on how old you are, I actually remember the NFL didn't have a 2-point conversion. I remember specifically Sports Illustrated campaigned for it when the Chiefs were playing the Oilers. Chiefs had a running back by the name of Christian Okoye, the Nigerian Nightmare, and the Chiefs lost the game 21-20. And they're like, wouldn't it have been great if you would have given the Chiefs a chance to win, to go for 2? And that kick started. I think the next year they brought in the 2-point conversion, and even old school college games used to have no overtime. You know, if it ended in tie, and ended in tie. I'm okay. I got to stop here. Yeah, I think it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. It's never happened before in modern draft history. It may have happened long time ago, but yeah, it would be an NFL record. I think it's going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. I recently also saw something about Sewell, the Oregon left tackle. Something on Instagram, it may have been the Draft Network, and they were talking about him being elite. You got to take him top 5. I don't know. There's pros and cons. Depends on who drafts where, but I think quarterbacks are going to go top 4. 1-point conversion at the 5, 2 at the, wow. I don't like the 3. I don't like the 3 at all. There's actually talk that instead of an onside kick, you can do a fourth and 15. And then if you don't make it, the other team gets the ball at the 40 or something. I actually don't remember the other team. I don't think the other team gets the ball back at the 15. They've been toying around with that. That may come through. 1 at the 5, 2 at the 10. That's cool. That's actually cool. 3's a little crazy, but it's kind of interesting, man. And at the kickoff, the punting team can't start rushing until the receiver. The punting team can't start rushing the receiver until the receiver. Okay, so the kicking team can't run until the receiver catches the ball. Can't start rushing until the punting team can't start. Oh, the punt. Oh, wait a minute. So they got. I not a fan of that. Alex, I've never watched XFL. I'm going to check it out. I off that description just I actually wouldn't like that. Pitt to New England. If he falls back to him, Trask would be awesome. Indy drafted a guy in the 4th round who I thought could have snuck into the 1st round. Jacob Eason had a massive arm. He was like number 1 player coming out of high school, went to Georgia, got injured. There was talk about him not really playing that hard, went to Washington, had at times looked really good and then at times looked really bad, but has all the talent in the world, all the physical talent in the world. He may get a shot. He may get a shot next year. I don't see Trask as a quarterback going Indy because Eason actually has just as much, if not more, talent than Trask. And that was a guy that just free fell. I mean, I thought he could have gone first. He went in the 4th. And that's a guy with a world of talent. Because there was no preseason, we couldn't watch him play. If there is preseason, keep in mind the rules have changed. There's going to be 3 preseason games. But if there is a preseason, Jacob Eason's going to get a lot of time. There's a chance he's starting if Rivers doesn't return. That's an interesting story. Pitts to New England, I actually could see. By the way, for those of you who don't know, Pitts is the Florida tight end who missed a few games because of concussion, but he looked like before that concussion, he could have gone top 10. It's rare to have a tight end, but he's good. He's really, really good. It'll be interesting to see how he does at the combine because if he runs under 4.5, he could go 15. So, all right, I'm going to get caught up on the comments and we're going to start breaking down some games. I thought it was horrible. I kind of liked it. Oh, dude. All right. Okay. I'm spitting on myself. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. But yeah, me and you are kind of old school guys, but I kind of like the 2-point conversion. I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. It's actually funny. I remember Herm Edwards was talking about in high school. He said we went for 2 every single time. Didn't matter. Always went for 2. I'm kind of surprised it doesn't happen more on college. So punts are the same and most rules stay the same. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to check this out. But one thing that's cool about the XFL is you can employ rule changes, see how they work, and then get back. And if the ones that are good, you can implement in the NFL. Yeah. I'd be lying if I said I knew off the top of my head. PJ Walker. Man, he looks good, man. He looks good. He's a lot better than I thought he would be, man. It was made to reduce injuries and allow better field positioning. This was made to make it higher scoring games in theory. Didn't always work out, but St. Louis team go for a TD in it. It will be interesting to see. I'd like to check it out, but not 100% sure, man. Funk remembers. I loved Easton one. Yeah. You're right. You're 100% correct. Perfect analogy. Another Georgia Bulldog. Remember, what's his name? Now he's in Buffalo. Made the kind of got set up, but I mean, he tweeted something there, or he sent a message to some girl, and then it was kind of race sensitive, so she got it out there so she can get paid, and they're talking about cutting him on the spot to give him a chance. I can't remember the guy's name, but anyway, he beat Eason out, even though Eason was infinitely more talented. There was a lot of talk that Eason didn't put into work because he was so gifted physically, and that cost him his job at Georgia and may have prevented him from going in the rounds. Going in, having him drafted earlier. But yeah, that's the analogy I would use. Yeah. Mike Glennon. Yeah, Glennon is getting the start. I forgot to mention that. So I'm feeling pretty confident in the Texans getting 8-8. Less so about the Eagles winning the division. I would love it because I got the Texans over 7.5 already in my loss pile. I don't see it happening as much as I would love it because I got 250 on it. Here, let's break it out here real fast. Yeah, 250 to win 275, to pay 525. The camera, it's not there. It is. So yeah, I want 7.5. I want 7. I still like the Eagles to win the division. We'll talk about how they're going to do against the Seahawks here, but both is. I'm not going to lie to you. The NFC's up for grabs. 3-team race. Cowboys are the only team that's out. Alex likes Washington. Now, you have a good point. You have a good point. And here, you can keep the comments coming. I'm just going to break this. I'm going to get this up and going here. All right. I'm going to all right. I'm going to take me off here just for a second here. The first game is Raiders at Atlanta. The over-under is 53. The Raiders are a 3-point favorite. The Falcons are the home team, so the Falcons are a 3-point dog. I actually like the Raiders in this game. There's a good chance if I can get 2.5, I'm going to take the Raiders. I ended up not doing it yet, but this is one I'm eyeballing. The over-under is kind of high. I don't really think it's going to be a shootout because I think the Raiders want to run the ball, play ball control. The Falcons have played better defense, but it'll be interesting. This is going to be a fun game. I do like the Raiders in this one. I really do. I might take the Raiders in 3 anyway, but I really want 2.5. This is a game I'm going to be eyeballing. My bookie got a deal. It was a Black Friday deal where you could get the Cardinals plus 5.5. I really liked it because the Cardinals were a 2.5 favorite and dropped all the way to 1. It dropped fast. This doesn't happen for nothing. I have no idea. I really don't. I have no idea why they did this. I keep in mind, I've just been using my bookie the last couple months. I'm not overly familiar with it. I don't really endorse it. But I do have a link below. I'm pointing. You can't even see me. But I'm going to tell you right now, it's just something weird seemed about it. That's why I didn't do it. Part of me is kind of regretting it because I think Arizona has a better team. I did check on the weather report. It's going to be a nice day in Foxborough. So I really don't know, man. I don't know. The deal is gone. You can't do it now. But because they made that deal, it really questioned me. Okay, I got a bunch of comments here. Sorry. I'm going to get in. Yeah, Jimmy, I like the Raiders too, man. Alex says Texans will go on a run. We will beat the Colts at home. We'll beat the Bears. We'll beat Tennessee at home. I do not believe we'll beat the Colts in Indianapolis. Hey, man, you saw my bet slip. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it, but yeah. Denver Gator says, I think the Raiders win by double digits. It hurts my soul to say that. I wouldn't be surprised, man. Would not be surprised. That kind of under is high, but with Todd Gurley out, Dan, I can see Matt Ryan passing. Pete, I'm glad you told me that. I didn't even know Gurley was out. I did not know that. That actually makes me want to bet the Raiders more than over. That's enough. And I'm gonna wow, man, I might do that, man. Funk says, I'm thinking under, but give me the Raiders. Hey, Funk, I know you love the Raiders. I actually really like the Raiders here. I didn't know Gurley was out. There's a good chance I put action on this one. If our defense plays like it did today, we will keep the Bears' offense quiet and we'll be able to score behind Watson Magic. So I got you, man. I got you, Pete. Dropping because Murray's shoulder. Oh, Oh, I forgot Murray's injury. I forgot about that. Wow, Cardinals lose big. Alex, I love the hey, remember we stay friendly, but I love the trash talk. Music City guy, what's up, man? Hey, I haven't not talked about your Titans yet, so I'm glad you're here, brother. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving, man. Um, Cardinals need to win after embarrassing loss to the rival, and they will beat New England. Don't trust that offense to beat the Cardinals defense. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Is that New England's offense is just so banged up, man. That's kind of what I was thinking. Next, we got Giants and Bengals. The over-under is 44. Cincinnati's a 6-point dog at home. They're going to start Ryan Finley. I really like the under. Both offenses have struggled. Cincinnati's defense is not that bad. The Giants have a very sneaky good defense. So I really like the under. I'm really close to picking it. It's just 44 is such a small number. I wish it would come up a little bit. I think if it gets to 45 and a half, I might, because this is a game I can easily see being a 17-7 game. Have not checked the weather report. But I really like the under on this game. You put a gun to my head, I'd say the Giants would cover 6. That's a big number for a bad offense. Cardinals have lost third downs. Oh, I didn't. Wow. Now, hold on. Hey, Pete, is Larry Fitzgerald and Kyler Murray, are both of them out, and then Glennon's getting the start? Wow. I have Daniel Jones. I could see that. I could see that. Oh, man. Alex, I'm sorry, man. I saw this on Instagram. I wasn't able to confirm it on ESPN, so I didn't put it in there. So I didn't talk about it. But yeah. Turkey and Cowboys loss makes for good things. Hey, I don't know if you caught on, but I actually had I won both my bets. I had the Redskins in 3 and Deshaun Watson over 301.5 yards passing. So I went 2-0. That's what I thought. He's starting in Jacksonville. I thought I was losing my mind. Watch out, Isaiah Simmons starting to get a feel for the speed of the NFL. You know what's funny? Funk, me, Luke G, and somebody else on Twitter were just talking about how we wanted Simmons in Detroit. And that would have made so much sense. But yes, he's starting to get a feel. And here's the thing, they're using him right. They try to put him at outside linebacker, which he is not. They're using him kind of as a pseudo safety, which Detroit would have done, and it's working. So, yeah, this is what I thought, man. I might be losing my mind. Cleveland at Jacksonville. The over-under is 49.5. Jacksonville's a 7-point dog at home. I like the under in this one. If you tell me if you're going to tell me that I'm sorry about that. If you're going to tell me that you're going to take Cleveland to cover a touchdown, sure, go for it. Knock yourself out. I get it. I understand. I don't blame you. I'm not ready to trust Cleveland as a touchdown favorite on the road. I'm not ready to trust Jacksonville. I just think this is going to be a low-scoring game. That's kind of how I see it. Yeah, I've heard Hassan Reddick. By the way, they did not pick up his option. Here I'm doing all these hand gestures. You can't see me. He's going to be a free agent after this year, and he looks a lot better. I'd like to see him stay because if you're not familiar with Hassan Reddick, what his story was, he was 9th pick overall. I'm pretty sure he's number 9. He was a walk-on defensive back at corner at Temple, and he just blew up. Next thing you know, he's playing defensive line. He's I think he's 6'1", but he's like 240. Just aced the combine. Ran like a 4.51. Answered every question correct. And then what they did is they used him at inside and outside linebacker. It didn't work. He was benched. This season, out of necessity, they're using him, and he's making the most of his opportunities, playing some really damn good ball. Great story, too. No, he didn't pan out because he was I think he was the 9th pick overall. and was non-existent until this year, but really making the most of his opportunity. Really, really, really good player. I'd like to see Arizona keep him. It'll be an interesting free agent following. Another thing is that, like Isaiah Simmons, they're both using both Isaiah Simmons and Hassan Reddick in non-disclosed positions. They're not really saying you're playing this position. They're kind of using, and give credit to Vance Joseph doing a great job with that defense. So some really good things are happening in Arizona. Hopefully he stays there, but if he leaves, I'll be interested to see what he does. Yeah, I did too. Me, you, Luke G, all wanted Simmons over Okuda. Why did Detroit not listen to us, man? It's probably the only time me, you, and Luke G will agree. When the draft starts again, we'll probably all three of us have different opinions. But yeah, I know you wanted Simmons. So Cleveland under and not. Yeah, I that's how I see it. That's how I see it. I think it's going to be a close game. So Chubb and Hunt both run over to Jags. It's raining supposedly in Jacksonville Sunday. You know, Jacksonville's defense has played better, man. Cleveland under and cover that 7 easy money Cleveland win. Okay, we'll disagree. One thing we all agree on is we all see the under. If anybody puts action on this game, I'd love to see it, but I think under's definitely the play. Heard one of the first things the Texans will do this offseason is cut a lot. Yeah. Well, I think you're going to see trades more than cuts. I think they want to get a lot of draft picks. So Frank Gore is a contest bet with his son in college who had the most rushing yards. No kidding. Oh, you know where's his son? I know his son's playing. I just can't remember the school, but his son looks very similar to Frank Gore, and I personally would love to see Frank Gore break Emmitt Smith's record. He needs to stay in the NFL for a bare minimum of 2 more years, even to have a chance. It's not going to happen, but I'm pulling for Frank Gore, man. I don't care what team's on. I think he's going to go to another team. I think he wants to go for a team that has a chance to win. Don't be surprised he ends up at the Patriots. Next game, Carolina at Minnesota. Over-under 51.5. Minnesota's a 3-point favorite at home. I really like the under. Both these, okay, I say both these defenses have been playing better. Carolina gave up, 33 to Kansas City, 46 to Tampa Bay. And you're going to say, Dan, how's Carolina playing better? They're playing better. It's a young defense. And then, they shut out Detroit last week. And then Minnesota, they lost to Detroit. Or I'm sorry, lost to Dallas. This is a fun game. This is a fun game because you got two teams that are both under 500. Really don't realistically have playoff aspirations, but you have to get this win even to have a chance. This is an interesting game. I like the under. I really like the under. Oh, it's Southern Miss. Yeah, that's right, Southern Miss. Alex says Cleveland will lose, Minnesota will lose, Carolina will win based on offense. I don't know. I don't know if I can really agree with that because I think Minnesota, I know they looked bad against Dallas on defense, but I really think that this is a team that could really get turned around. I like the under in this game. I'm really big on the under. Next set of games. Tennessee at Indianapolis. The over-under is 51.5. The Colts are a 3-point favorites. A 3-point favorite. I like the over. I'm sorry. I got this down here. Let's see here. Hold on here. Cleveland will lose Minnesota. Okay. Oh, I read that one. Carolina and Minnesota, high scoring. Both teams will score 28. Hey man, that's the whole point of doing the show is that everybody's allowed opinion. I like the under on this one, but both these teams are playmakers. So Funk says, I hate that Emmett holds the record. It feels hollow after he needed 14 or 15 years past Barry. Yeah. I had a buddy of mine who was a Cowboys fan, told me Emmitt Smith's the greatest running back who ever lived, and I should have smacked him. Barry's always going to be a better running back than Emmitt. That's just a fact. And here's the thing about Emmitt Smith. The one thing I got to give him credit for is he flat out said, "Hey, I want to make it as hard as possible for somebody to take that record." And he did it. He played till he was 84 years old. Those last couple of years with the Cardinals was hard to watch, man. Thielen is out and CMC might play. That game is shaky, Dan. Minnesota wins, but Carolina scares me. I'm not going to touch that game, man. I'm not going to touch that game, Pete. I just got a feeling it's going to be a low-scoring game, but I'm not touching that one. Not touching that one. Alex says Tennessee hasn't looked great these last few games. Look like they're slowing down. Indianapolis just looks steady. Taking the Colts. Interesting. I actually think that this is going to be a shootout. I think this is going to be a shootout. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. I really like the over in this one. 51.5 is a big number. I'm not going to put action on it, but I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. I'm not sure who wins it. I'll be real. It's just going to be a fun game. It's just going to be a real fun game. Oh, yeah, by the way, guys, give me some thumbs up here. You know I'm not watching YouTube, but also give me a shout. If I just found out when I started the show that YouTube sometimes hides messages that are questionable. Unless you're posting something really ridiculous, I want to see what you have to say. So let me know in the chat if there's a comment I need to let through. I didn't realize YouTube was doing that. I know StreamYard can do that, but you guys are great guys, so I don't see that being an issue. Music City guys are correct here. Luan being yeah. This is the difference. Here's the thing. If you're a knowledgeable football fan, you know how important the left tackle is. You know how important the offensive line is. So yeah, and you had to know that. You had to know that. Tennessee has a good backup, a good sixth tackle, but still, when you have your starting left tackle out, that causes problems, especially for a team like Tennessee that wants to run the ball. But yeah, you're 100% right. I still think it's going to be a shootout. Chargers will beat Buffalo. I have no reason to think that. Hey man, throw it out there, man. I just watched a video. Somebody who I know and respect is taking the Chargers, putting action on the Chargers. I was surprised. Hey Pete, thank you. But yeah, I personally like Buffalo in this game. A West Coast team traveling to the East Coast for a noon game is always a struggle. The Bills, fresh off a bye, Tre'Davious White will stick on Keenan Allen like Lou. A really, really good battle. I like to think that the Bills defense comes out and causes some problems, but the Chargers are a good team. This will be a fun game. Not putting action on this one. Next, I got the Saints at Denver. Over under is 42.5. Denver's a 6-point dog at home, which is really, really rare. But, man, I like the over in this one. I know Denver's defense is playing good. The Saints' defense looks good, but Saints' defense has been up and down. And Denver's defense is played really good last week, but they haven't been great. 42.5 is such a small number, and I think both these teams can put up points. I actually like the Saints to cover 6 on the road. I really do. But the best play, I think, would be the over. Not betting this game, though. Not betting this game. And let's see here. Tennessee can get some turnover. Yeah, absolutely. That's the whole deal. Are they going to get turnovers? Is the front – okay. That's one part of it. The bigger story is Indianapolis's front seven against Derrick Henry. Who wins there? Derrick Henry's going to get about 25 carries. Is he going to get 70 yards or is he going to get 150? So that's the point. That's the big one. But that's the second story. Because if they do get some turnovers and they allow Derrick Henry to run the ball, the weakness of the Colts defense is the secondary. But in order for Tennessee to take advantage of that weakness, what you have to do is you got to run the ball successfully, work play action. So, Let me get the rest of these comments. Jimmy, you had a good one. I think that you got the perfect answer coming right here too. I kind of feel like Tennessee needs to win off of defense. They haven't won a lot of games based off defense. No, the defense has been struggling. Harold Landry is one of my favorite players. He needs some help. Clowney's on IR. So they also got Jeffrey Simmons in his second year. He needs to have a big game. But ultimately, Tennessee revolves around Derrick Henry. They got to get Derrick Henry going. Excuse me, man. I'm sorry, guys. Buffalo over, but I'm nervous about Herbert in the future. Everybody in the AFC West is. Everybody in the AFC West is. You liked over on this one. 52.5 is a big number. 52.5 is a big number, so I don't blame you. I'd take Buffalo in the over. I'm kind of thinking the same thing. Somebody who I know and respected, I just saw put action on the Chargers, and I was kind of surprised about that. So, what team do I think is most likely to win outright this week? Asking for my Survivor Series. It is very ironic that you're asking because I am right there. Chicago at Green Bay. The over-under is 45.5. Mitchell Trubisky is going to get the start. This game's not available. So I missed this game, and I thought this was the only one, but I missed the Jets and the Dolphins. I would take Green Bay. You're playing at home. You're playing prime time. You're going against a backup quarterback. You need this win. This would be the game that for my Survivor Series, I would take Green Bay. I would take Green Bay. By the way, this was an open number. You can't put action on this game, but Westgate has this at 9.5 and 44. So, but to answer your question, Jimmy, I would take Green Bay in a Survivor Series. Buckner is out for the Colts. I did not know that. That's huge, and that also means that the over looks a little more likely. So that alone might give me the over. But Indianapolis's front seven's really good. So he's thinking Miami Browns, possibly Raiders. Browns is interesting. They're going against Jacksonville with the quarterback hasn't played for a while. Pete, catch you guys later. Stay safe. Hope team's doing good. Hey, listen, if you want my pick, just hit me up. You got my number. Shoot me a text, man. Have a great weekend, man. Hopefully I can see you Wednesday. Pick them in another game already. Green Bay will lose to Chicago. All right, believes in Trubisky. I think Chicago can keep Rodgers in check, and that offense will score enough. Low scoring. Wow. Did not see that. Did not see that. So, well, that's all I got, guys. That is all I have. There's no other games really to talk about, especially being a Chiefs fan. Is there anything else that we need to talk about? I'm trying to think here. Being a Chiefs fan, is there any possibility that there's another game I might have missed? Trying to think here. There's a comment. Putting action on that, Alex. I think it's a Survivor Series, man. Wait, what game did you put on that? I'm sorry. I got a little confused here. Yeah, Jimmy. Okay, I've been sandbagging. Here's the drill. This game opened up at 5. It's been 3.5. I've been waiting for 3. Right before the show started, it dropped the 3. Guess who jumped all over it? The Kansas City Chiefs. I got 3 points. That's my pick. Hopefully I go 3-0. I can't wait to come on Wednesday and say that I am on a 7-0 hot streak, but that's what I'm on right now. The best thing is there was on Thanksgiving. So Alex says no. What do you think? Oh God, you guys are good. You guys are good. Thank you, Denver Gator, man. Yeah, but I have been waiting. Hey, Alex, we're here to change this, brother. But man, your comments have been gold here. But yeah, I've been waiting for this all week because it was at 5, and I'm like, and I saw it drop all the way 3.5, and I'm like, ooh, if it just gets to 3, right before the show starts, it goes to 3. Bam! Man, sorry, I'm pretty jacked up. By the way, okay, you see me moving around. Here's a drill. I talked to my boss. He gave me permission to get the was ergonomically. I got some back issues. My back's jacking with me. So even though I'm jacked up, I'm in some pain here. I took some aspirin earlier in the day, but he gave me the okay. My buddy's gonna take his wife's Traverse. We're gonna pick it up. So I'm sorry for the movement here. My back's bothering me. So hey, listen, Alex, we're here to change this, man. We're here to change this here. But Alex, I'm gonna let everybody know here. I talk gambling, and the main reason I talk gambling is one, I do put action down on football, and I win more than I lose. But I feel like because I have an NFL show, I feel like I have to post receipts. I feel like I have to prove that I know what I'm talking about, and a lot of it's entertainment. So yeah, Mike. But yeah, took action against Tampa Bay on Monday and won. Might as well do it again. I like 3, man. I really like 3, but I just kind of rant here. Even though I talk gambling, this show's not just for gambling. It's not just for people to put action down on. I just want to join a community or create a community in this case where we just sit around and we do my favorite thing in the world, and that's talk football. If I had a choice between sitting here talking football with you guys or going out on date with a beautiful woman, I'm talking football with you guys. It's my favorite thing in the whole world. So yeah, let's do it again, man. Let's hope on Wednesday I can report Patricia is gone. It's Mike. Pete. I know you brought Pete here. He's got my number, and but let him know I got Kansas City in 3. Alex says, did you hear me at the beginning of the season? I picked the Texans against Kansas City, the Ravens, Steelers, whoever else we played. The Texans went 0-4. Doesn't matter, man. Yeah, I got my 4,000. Golden Rooster's been with me for a while. I got my 4,000 reasons, man. I do got the 4,000. So, yeah, absolutely. I put my money down, and I feel like that's how I got to justify having a YouTube show as saying that, hey, look, I win money. So this is how I justify hosting or creating a YouTube show that talks about football, is that I make money betting on football, and that's kind of like my justification. But this is never about just gambling. It's just I want to do my favorite thing in the world, and that's just talk football. The one thing I want to put money down for is the Jets going 0-16. I ain't going to do that because somehow they'll win. You never have to agree with me, but on everything. But I'm telling you right now, the Jets are not going 0-16. So, oh yeah, dude, Golden Rooster. Yes, you are 100% correct. The Raiders are looking great. That future, the AFC West is so exciting right now. You got the Raiders, who I think are going into the playoffs. You got Kansas City. You got Justin Herbert, who's going to build off a great rookie year. Drew Lock's got a ton of weapons in Denver. Plus, you get the best defensive player in the AFC West, Von Miller. He comes back. Bradley Chubb, he looks really good. So there's a lot of really good stuff that's going on in the AFC West. The 20s are going to be a very exciting time in the AFC West. Can no longer rule them out. No. Hey, listen, people here in Kansas City talk a lot of trash, but there's a lot of fear about the Raiders. I am. And I think everybody else is too. The Raiders are for real, and they're going to the playoffs. I actually thought that sports betting was already legal in Michigan, and I want to bet. One thing about local markets is they always drive the local teams up a little higher because people want to bet on their teams. But if you bet against your local team, then yeah. Also, that small running back from the Colts is crazy fast and physical. I like him. I really thought Jonathan Taylor was going to be a lot better. I think that once he gets going, which I'm kind of surprised he hasn't already, with Mac being injured and out for the whole season. But I do like the Colts. I mean, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun, man. Hard to bet on your own team when they struggle. Don't bet with your – listen, it's kind of funny because I'm gonna say that I took the Chiefs in 3. Then I'm going to turn around and say, don't bet on your team. But I'm trying to look at the games logically. And when I look at the Chiefs Tampa Bay game logically, I see Kansas City covering 3. Do your research. Don't bet it with your heart. Bet smart and collect. And I'll do everything I can to help you guys. So DraftKings looks. Mike. I didn't even know. I'm going to get all your comments, guys. I actually didn't know they had a stock. Actually, it is a good stock to buy. Thanks to you guys, I was buying into Bitcoin. Took a drop the last couple of days, but I started buying it when it was under 10.5, and it hit 19 and it dropped to like a little over 17. But I didn't even know it was a stock. I'm actually going to look into that. I might buy a little in there. As long as your coach is still there and you can get easy money betting against Tennessee Titans Logic, man. Welcome, brother. I don't think I've seen you before. I did. Hey, listen, I'll go over it real fast, man. The over-under is 51.5. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I would bet the over. I can't really tell you who I like or I don't like. I mean, ultimately, it battles between a really good front seven and Derrick Henry. That's the ultimate battle in the game. But the secondary battle, which could lead to victory, is Rivers going to throw against your weak secondary, light you guys up, or is Rivers going to give you guys 3 or 4 turnovers? Because if he gives up turnovers and you're able to run the ball, then that's going to be dangerous. Really fun game. I know it's weak. I like over 51.5. I see a shootout. I can't give you a winner though, man. Can't give you a winner. So I apologize. So I think it's pretty weak. So teams usually beat the spreads versus Lions. Plenty of money to be made. Yeah. Listen, I'm going to tell you guys something, and believe me, don't believe me. I will bet against the Chiefs if I see an option. If I see something good or there's a trend, I will definitely bet against Kansas City. Listen, once you start making that money, it's really addictive, man. I would rather get paid than to sit here and say I told you so any day of the week. So, we got a new Titans fan. I hope so, man. I've Tennessee Titans Logic. I've never seen you before, man. So welcome, man. Alex is a Houston Texans fan, but we all get along. 98%. I think so too, man. Well, here's the deal. I didn't like 5.5, But when it hit 3.5, I said, if it hits 3, and I've been eyeballing that. Okay. Yes, I'm taking over. So that's another thing about this channel and this community is that I like talking to you guys. And even if you guys disagree with me, if I feel strong enough, I have no problem going my own way. But ultimately, I like to check with some of you guys. I haven't had time to do as much research on every single team. So, like, I didn't even know Buckner was out. I didn't know Buckner was out. So that's kind of what I'm seeing. I want to get information from you guys. I want to know, what do you guys think? Is there something that you guys see that I don't? I didn't know Buckner was out. That alone is enough to get me the bet over. But I got action on one game, and that's Kansas City in 3. So as long as the Texans get their head coach higher, correct? I believe you mean higher. We'll win the division next year. They got talent, man. They got talent. It'll be interesting to see what they do in the offseason. I was talking to Alex predictions. Kansas City's a sure bet. Kansas City's been gold, and I'm really surprised I was able to get 3. I was really just going to say, you know what? I'm going to go into this weekend and just kind of enjoy myself. I got to watch a lot of college football. I'm just going to take it easy. And if the Chiefs get the 3, I'll bet 3. But I didn't think it would. I think it would go in the opposite direction. And once it hit 3, I took it. So, well, I need to make my first bet. And oh man, okay. If you're going to do it soon, man. If you're going to do it soon, here, I'll send you this here. If you're going to do it soon and you really need some help, email me. And I'll go over as much as I can. I'm going to do, after the season's over, I'm going to do like a one-on-one series, kind of like a beginner's guide to the sports betting for somebody who doesn't. Because if you've never done it before, it looks really confusing. For me personally, when I first started out, it didn't make any sense to me that the team that was favored is a negative. Like the Chiefs that you see on the ticker below, they're favored, so they're -3. That for the longest time made no sense to me. I was like, well, if they're favored, shouldn't they be positive? But the way it works is that the game starts, Tampa Bay's at 0, and the Chiefs are -3 because they're 3 points better. But anyway, that's But number one rule to betting, and I cannot emphasize this enough, is don't bet your rent money. I have money called what I call burn fund, which means that I can light the money on fire. I don't miss it. I got all my bills paid. I have my fun time activities paid. I have a little bit of money that I put aside, whether it's in a savings, whatever. So just use that money. That's number one. Don't bet your rent check. No, number 2, don't bet with your heart. I mean, don't be like, don't sit here and be like, oh, Lions are going to win because they're my team. No, stop. I thought sports betting was legal in Michigan. Bet at a casino. Don't be afraid to ask questions because they got experts there. They will be able to walk you through it. If you look below, I have the link to my bookie. If you want to use it, if you use a cash deposit, I made a $300 cash deposit. It cost me, I remember telling Mike about it, but they took, I think it was like a 5% and then a 5% fee. And there was another charge. So it cost me like $320 or $325. But if you use Bitcoin, you can go right in. James, email me if you have any real questions. I'm sorry, I misspoke. If you have any other questions, you want to put some action down like this weekend, if you want to use my bookie, I can walk you through that. I thought sports betting was legal in Michigan, so I would strongly recommend going to your casino. And you could ask anybody there. You'd be surprised. Some people there know things. Be warned, because there's also some people there that are half in the bag that woke up, slam some drinks, and like went go gamble. And I worked at a casino for years. Gambling's a very addictive thing. So, but whatever points you need, email me. And if you want to, I'll give you my number. You can just give me a call and I'll give you all the information I can. So, all right, man, I got a lot of comments here. I went on a long rant. Quick question. Which website do you use? Do you input or do I input my social? Do I like to, or can you bet? Okay. This is actually a great question. Okay. My bookie, because it's an off-season account, offshore account, you can choose to get paid in Bitcoin. So technically you don't have to pay taxes. I encourage you to pay your taxes. But because it's an offshore account, if you get paid in Bitcoin, there's no tracking. So my recommendation is, unless you're getting several $1,000s, I would not recommend paying taxes, because the way it works is that you have to pay taxes on what you win. You can get a win-loss statement from a casino. I'm giving you a long answer. I'm not a tax professional, but unless this is my advice, unless you're winning $4,000 to $5,000 plus, you probably went to the casino and blew $4,000 or $5,000 in blackjack, so it's a wash. I mean, let me ask you this: if you play, you go to the casino, you play blackjack, you lose $2,000 playing blackjack, are you getting a credit or a refund from the government? No, you're not. No, you're not. So if you win $1,000 betting on football and then you lose $2,000, you're not going to put negative $1,000 on your return. That's all I'm saying. I have a guy who does my taxes who's joined the show. He doesn't do taxes in Atlanta, unfortunately. The MyBookie site, the link's below. Check it out. If you deposit cash, you will take a hit. My $300 cash deposit, I paid like $320 something. So with MyBookie, if you have Bitcoin or any sort of cryptocurrency, you can buy in and withdraw with a Bitcoin. Plus, they have a promotion right now with Bitcoin. So that's what I would recommend if you have a Bitcoin account. I'm not knowledgeable enough about cryptocurrency to offer advice like that, but take a look at the site. I got the link below. I get like an extra 20. You can use my referral. Don't use my referral. That's okay. I would always recommend going to a casino, but with times the way they are and everything the way it is, you're better off just, hey, check out MyBookie, see what you think. If you do deposit cash, you just remember you're going to get hit. Plus, you get an extra charge on top of that. So my 300 was like 321 something. So just you've been warned. Alex says, I don't do bets myself because I ain't one to put money where I can't control it. I don't want to put my now. Hey, listen, hey Alex, I 100%. I actually worked with a guy who before I became a blackjack dealer, told me that he was explaining like basic blackjack strategy, and he says, "Oh, I have to leave my credit cards at home, and I have to only take like the bare minimum of money I'm going to spend because I just run back in my car, max out my credit cards." And I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing going to a casino?" All right, it's like an alcoholic going to an open bar. I mean, if you have that little self-control, don't go. I mean, it's plain and simple. So that's it. No, hey, listen, man, this show is never going to be all about gambling, but I feel like I have to post my gambling picks as a justification to say that, hey, I know my football. That's all. Denver Gator giving me some credit here. Hey, no kidding, gang. I follow Dan and some of his sources, has great info and a good bit. Yeah. Specifically, Denver Gator talks about the over-under girl. I follow her and a bunch of other people. The over-under girl is awesome. I've been following her for a little over a year. She actually will, if you send her a comment, she'll respond back. But next year she's getting really, really big. So next year she'll probably just cancel her messages. There was a girl, Kelly, in Vegas. She's exploding. You can't message her anymore. But a couple of years ago, she actually was the one who sent me the link to Vegas Insider, and it has all the Vegas casinos. So that was really cool of her. But now she's really big. She won't respond to the messages. I don't blame her either, because she got some really nasty messages, and I'm going to stop on the rant here, but the last thing I'm going to tell you is that whether you're a guy or a girl, you can do sports handicapping. I just talk about it because I feel like I have to justify my knowledge by saying, hey, look, I bet on football and I win, which is true. But this is never going to be just a gambling channel. So Golden Rooster, welcome, Titans. And that's a great thing, man. Hey, by the way, everybody, give me a thumbs up. I have no idea what I'm looking at. I'm looking at StreamYard. I'm not looking at YouTube. I may have 20,000 thumbs down right now. I don't even know. James says I'd be really interested in your quarterback draft analysis show because I'm hoping my team gets one that's not. I'm going to do a lot of draft stuff, man. I'm going to do a lot of draft stuff. What my plan is right after the combine, I'm going to do an individual video. I'm going to do 32 videos for all 32 draft picks. And then as free agency's going along and I have to adapt the draft pick, let's say I have a team taking a quarterback, then they sign a quarterback in free agency. I'll do a retraction video. So after the combine up until the draft, I'm probably going to do about 40 videos. I'll do 32 videos for picks 1 through 32. Every team that doesn't have a first round pick, I'll do a video on them, and then I'll have to do retraction videos. And then what I'm thinking I'll do is either have a Wednesday or Friday live stream on top of that. And I might come out with draft videos every other day, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I might do it every day. A lot's going to have to determine on my Monday through Friday job what's going on. But that's the plan. Excuse me. So that's the plan after the draft, after the combine, right after the combine. Usually the combine's over the weekend, usually that Monday where they're doing like the last group of working out. Usually it's the last group. They'll post it. And then the last day of the combine is usually a Monday. That Monday will probably be my first video. And spoiler alert, it's going to be Trevor Lawrence unless he says he's leaving. Then it could be the other three quarterbacks. But I think Lawrence is going to go 1, and then I think you're going to have the battle for 2, 3, and 4. Funk says, oh, wow, I got a lot of comments here. I'm sorry, guys. I'll get to all of them. James, I want Lance right now. We're going to talk about him. Big kid. A lot of Big Ten schools wanted him to play linebacker. Also, he was required to do a lot of things that NFL quarterbacks do, but not a lot of colleges do. He played against smaller competition. They're not going to do like the Senior Bowl and everything, but I like the kid. But one thing I don't like is every time I watched North Dakota State play, I saw him running the ball. And it's like, okay, NFL quarterbacks don't run. I mean, okay. And somebody's going to say Kyler Murray or Russell Wilson, but I mean, he needs to be able to throw the ball. He's got a good arm. I like him a lot. It's going to be tough because what you're going to have is I don't even know the kid from BYU, but you have Field and Lance, and some people like Field, sometimes like Lance. But the good thing is about Lance, one thing I like is that he could come in day one and start, and you're in good shape. Bets aside, am I more confident in the Raiders covering versus Falcons or Chiefs versus Tampa Bay? It's kind of a push. I know it's weak. I put action on the Chiefs because I was eyeballing that game. I'm eyeballing the Raiders to drop down to 2.5. I like the way the Falcons have been playing, and I also like the fact that they're at home. I think the Raiders are a better team. I really do, but the thing is that I saw the Rams and Tampa Bay play, and I didn't think the Rams are a great team. They look significantly better than Tampa Bay, and the Chiefs are the best team in the NFL. They're better than the Rams. Another thing about the Chiefs is they got nobody on Aaron Donald's level, but they got several defensive linemen that can cause problems for Brady, who's had some issues with mobility. Long answer, Chiefs. But the line drops to 2.5. I'm going to put action on the Raiders. I feel really good about that Raiders bet, man. I feel really good about the Raiders. They're a team that's playing. They're playing for a playoff spot where the Falcons know after the season the team's just going to explode. So yeah. Thinking about that's a good parlay. I'm not big on parlays. I'm really not, but that's a good one. Hey man, I put money on the Chiefs, so that's how I feel. So Golden Rooster, I was surprised how the defense was playing against the Raiders. Their line didn't look that good. No, it didn't. It didn't look all that good. The offensive and defensive lines for the Chiefs are having some issues, but they're getting better at the right time. Another thing is that Tampa Bay has some offensive line issues. Brady also does not move, so don't be surprised if Chiefs do a lot more blitzing. With normally blitzing Brady's a bad idea, but it is surprisingly good in Tampa, and it's because he's not really familiar with the offense. So no, you have a very, very valid point. You have an extremely valid point. It's just that when I look at Tampa Bay, I'm seeing the same thing I saw at the beginning of the year. I'm seeing a 9-7 team. When I look at Kansas City, I'm seeing a Super Bowl caliber team. If I can get 3 points, I'm going to take 3 points. But you're right. No, I got you. No, I got you. First pointer, set aside account, never take out of the pay bills. Yeah. I have every paycheck, I have a little bit that goes to a side savings account, and that's my burn fund. If I need to take money out of that fund to pay off some bills, then I'm kind of in problems. But it's a separate account that it's just a little bit that goes over each paycheck, and that's my gambling fund. I call it my burn fund. So yeah. Raiders, I think so. Mike brings out some gold. Good to have a season bankroll and bet 10% of your bankroll game. If you're betting more than you're winning and less than you're losing, smart advice, Mike. Very, very smart advice. One Pride 40, man. I haven't seen you in a minute. Yeah. I've been saying it for a while, man. I've been saying it for a while. I think it's going to be Dorsey and Bieniemy reunited. It's really just a matter of time, man. Probably not. Probably not. All right. Hey, man. Happy Thanksgiving. How about them Cowboys, Alex? I'm getting ready to end the show, but I got a lot of comments I'm going to get through. Alex, I know you had a great Thanksgiving. Have a great weekend, man. Look forward to seeing you Wednesday, brother. It's looking like a hooker. Oh man, Ed Dodger. That's not a name I've heard yet. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting, man. I'm not even sure who he is. I recognize the name. I don't know who he is off the top of my head. When I was booking, I used to go to Really? Wow. That's actually brilliant. I didn't know you did that. You have an interesting story, man. So I didn't know that. That's smart. It's real smart. That I actually, there's like a ton of stuff I'm going to stop because I can see us. I would love to sit here and pick your brain about that. I've been telling people there's a Facebook sports betting group, and I'm about ready to jump off because these guys are idiots. These guys will bet each other on Facebook, and then they turn around and don't bet each other, and then they post this guy didn't pay me, and I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. You bet somebody you didn't know on Facebook, and then you got mad when he didn't pay you. Are you high? But anyway, yeah, man, me and you need to sit down one of these days and have a talk. If I ever hit Florida, man, I'm going to try to buy you a drink, man. I will say that. 2 rules of betting and gambling: always bet the sure thing. Number 2. Oh God. Betting is only part of it. Dan knows. Yeah, that's the whole thing. This is not a gambling channel. I just want to talk football. That's all I want to do. If I had a chance between watching a football game or talking football or hanging out with you guys talking football or going on a date with a beautiful girl, I'm doing one of those 3 things. Dates like 4th or 5th, depending. But yeah, I'd rather talk football and go out on a date with a beautiful girl any day of the week. I love it that much. It's the only thing I do. Only thing I do. I think Falcons have a good chance of beating the Raiders. Saints are playing too nasty, and they took Roddy White's trash talk very seriously. I forgot about the Roddy White trash talk. I didn't really think it was that much of it. But I like the way the Falcons have been playing. The Raiders are good, man. The Raiders are good. They're going to the playoffs. So that's all I'm saying. The Wilson kid might be a Lion. Is that the BYU quarterback? One Pride 40, give me an idea of who you're talking about. I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank here. He was going off. I remember he said something. I really didn't. I really didn't think much of it because he hasn't played in a while and he's just talking trash, and he was always a trash talker. So I didn't think much of it. I don't know. I don't think NFL players really. I really don't think NFL players need retired players' Twitter trash talk to get motivated. So I learned my lesson. I'm sorry. It's a good lesson to learn. Good lesson to learn. And hopefully when you're betting now, you're going to continue. You will continue not doing that again, but hopefully watch this show, you do a little bit of sports betting and get a little bit of money. So Mike's advice on $10. Yeah. Bet what you can light on fire. If you're betting something that you're sweating, it's betting with scared money. Never do it. Never do it. Ed Dobbs. Ed Dodds rings a bell, and I'm just drawing a blank. One Private 40 on who he is. And if you tune into the show, can I answer Ed Dodds? I'm drawing a blank. The name rings a bell. If you get back to me on Wednesday, I've been saying John Dorsey and Bieniemy to Detroit since April. So, man, I want Ozzie Newsome. He's not going there, but yes, yeah. Yeah, I know. I that's a great story, man. It's a great story. If you want Eric Bieniemy, if I can give you a backstory on Eric Bieniemy, but Ed Dobbs, I'm just drawing a blank. But I think that Bieniemy and John Dorsey are going to get together. Okay, why Dorsey? He was in Green Bay for a long time. Then he was in Kansas City, orchestrated OBJ trade in Cleveland. But the owner, I'm getting fired from Cleveland for being general manager or head coach doesn't mean much. But who brought the talent into Cleveland? That was John Dorsey. Who's responsible for the Cleveland Browns winning more than anybody? It's John Dorsey. He's the one who just reinvented that roster. That's the guy who you want. If you have to atom bomb a roster, give me John Dorsey over anybody else. And that's why I think he kind of got to do in Detroit. Since he was with Kansas City and Eric Bieniemy for a long time, you're getting two people that know each other. You have a past. You have something that you can build with. I've been saying this since April. You have a guy, both Bieniemy and Dorsey coached in the NFC North for a long time. Eric Bieniemy was in Minnesota's running backs coach for a long time, Coach Adrian Peterson for a long time. John Dorsey was in Green Bay, I think, for like 20 years. That's what I'm saying. James, this is oh God. Yeah, that's what I thought. And I haven't watched them play yet. I haven't watched BYU play yet. I'm gonna watch Alabama for the first time. I got the Iron Bowl and DVR, so Ozzie Newsome's actually still in Baltimore. He's no longer the GM, but he has some role with the team. It's some fancy title, but basically he just hangs out. I can't think of who the new GM for the Ravens is, but Newsom's still associated with the team. He gets a paycheck, but I think he hangs out and doesn't really do much anymore. The inside rumor that I can't confirm at all is just health issues. Being NFL, any major position just takes a lot of time. I think he had to step down for health issues. That's really can't justify it. But ramen noodles, yeah, yeah, exactly. But hopefully, you guys listen to me and collect. So, bet your rent to make up for your electric bill. Boo! Oh God, you guys are gold, man. You guys are gold. James the Hamp family. Martha was a 4 instead of. Oh God. Oh Jesus. Oh man. All right. Yeah, okay. I talked about this a little bit Wednesday. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I really don't. No, he's not going to be on the sidelines. Auburn's always going to be a good game. I think Auburn is really undervalued and underrated. And keep in mind, Alabama's quarterback, and I don't know his name. I haven't watched Alabama play all year, but he's trying for a Heisman, which is really, really, really difficult. There's just so much talent in Alabama. Unless he does something ridiculous in the Iron Bowl, he's not going to win it. I've said this a couple weeks ago. I think Trask for Florida already won Heisman, but it'll be interesting. Funk says Patricia and Quinn knew each other. Patricia was a longtime assistant to a dominant head coach. Sounds like the same story, just often. You're not the first person to say that. You're not the first. There was one dude just kept on arguing with me that Bieniemy doesn't call plays and he's the same thing as Patricia, just the offensive version. And I'm like, I don't think so, man. I don't think so. Another thing you got to consider: Andy Reid's head coaches have had success. Bill O'Brien's hasn't. I'm sorry, Bill Belichick's hasn't, and that's kind of the difference between the two. So that's another thing you may want to consider is that Doug Peterson won a Super Bowl in Philly. I mean, 5 or 6 years ago, if you said, "Hey, this guy's going to win a Super Bowl in Philly," we'd be laughing about it. But he did it. And then Matt Nagy, he took a Bears team that was a perennial loser, and then first year there, he takes them 12 wins. You can argue if he's doing a good job in Chicago or not, but before the season started, he was 20-12. That's pretty good. That's the difference. Andy Reid, teams have learned under Andy Reid, those assistants have become good head coaches. Bill Belichick's disciples lead New England. They become bad head coaches. So I don't think that you're getting the same version. I think you're getting somebody who's got a proven track record with having his assistants flourish. Another weird thing is that Belichick's assistants kill him. Andy Reid kills his assistants. I don't think it's the same thing. You're not the first person to say this, and I get why you're saying that. I just disagree. I think Bieniemy would be a great fit, but you may want to just go in a completely different direction. Here's the thing: what Detroit's done is that they've kind of flip-flopped. You know, they went with an offensive guy. I'm drawing a blank on the guy's name, the former head coach there. He was offense coordinator in Indy. Anyway, you go from an offensive guy. Patricia's a defensive guy. I think this time you're going to go with an offensive guy. Another thing is that you went with programs, it's business 101. You went after the Indianapolis Colts, which kept on winning double-digit games year after year after year. Well, who's the most successful franchise in the NFL? Well, it's New England Patriots. Well, let's take their defensive coordinator, run the Patriot way. Well, that didn't work. Well, who's the most successful franchise in the NFL right now? It's the Kansas City Chiefs. So poach the guy from the Kansas City Chiefs. And that's been the business model of the Detroit Lions. It's just that the one thing they didn't realize is that the Patriots level, Caldwell, that's the guy I was thinking of, it hasn't worked outside of New England, but a coordinator from Kansas City has worked in other places. So that's the difference. Ryan Day, as I did not know that. Um, and my apologies. I'm going to get a lot more. Now that I'm working from home. Once I get into a routine, I'm going to get a lot more caught up. So I'm going to get caught up on the comments, and then I'm going to bounce here in just a few minutes. By the way, thank you everybody for your comments, questions, everything. You guys are fantastic. I can't tell you how much I love doing this show. I apologize. My back is really bothering me. I work from home. This chair is not comfortable. Tomorrow I'm getting a ergonomically thing. My buddy's borrowing his wife's Traverse, and we're going to load it up, and I'll have a more comfortable chair. But yeah, I apologize. But yeah, my back's really bothering me. So I'm going to wrap this up here in just a few minutes. So just so you know, I'm big on NCAA bets. Keep an eye on Denver Gator. You remember last week I had that Cincinnati game. The guy laid down to 1, so I didn't get my 5. I also lost on New Mexico, following Teddy Covers, who I think's great. So I am not putting action, but you got me on Twitter. Send me a message. Let me know what you're betting on. I want to know who to cheer for, because you know I'm going to cheer for you. I am not putting bets down on college football. Prop bets, because I see your comment here. But do I think Rivers will continue to play football even though he has a coaching job? That's actually a great question. The coaching job's in high school, so you can just rip that contract up and throw it away. It's not that big of a commitment. You can always back out of it. Frank Reich said before the season he thinks Rivers is going to stick around. Jacob Eason, who they got in the 4th round, I think Funk called him Stafford Light. He's a guy that has the potential to step in, but I think Rivers will stay, to be honest with you. I think he's happy. I think that it's going to depend on a lot of things. But if I have to give you a yes or a no, I think it stays one more year. Good call, Florida. Yeah, that was a good call. I didn't see it. I even warned you against it, and you did it anyway. Star Wars numbers for Trask against Kentucky. That could happen. Florida is on full blast to win Trask the Heisman. So, yes. As a matter of fact, if I can bet a prop bet on that, I might take it. Caldwell, Bevel. Yeah. Herbie with the big game. Isaac, man, welcome, man. I have to admit, I like the Bills in this one. The over-under is 52.5. It's a high-scoring game. Somebody I respect in the gambling community has the Chargers, which I was really surprised. But I really like Buffalo just because fresh off of a bye, a West Coast team going to the East Coast for a noon game. Buffalo's really amped up right now. So, but I mean, dude, even if if Joe Burrow didn't get injured, Herbert's going to win Rookie of the Year. The future is very, very bright. Even though there may be a coaching change, future is very bright in LA. So, Jimmy, thank you, brother. Yeah, please hit me. Email me. If you don't have my number, I'll give it to you. I have no problem doing that. Shoot me an email. If you follow me on social media, let me know. But do let me know, man. Please let me know. Good luck, man. You know I got your back, and I want to hear what you do. You see my pick. I got the ticker. I just found that ticker. I love it, man. It's awesome. Reed, offensive-minded, Bill, defense. Reed draws high-personality coaches. Bill draws a different breed. It goes a long way in future coaches. No, you have a great point. One thing that both coaches are really, really particular on. Now, Belichick actually came up as a special teams coach. So he's really big in the special teams. But one of the first, actually, I think it's the first thing that Andy Reid did was hire Dave Toub, one of the best special teams coaches in football. That's a little thing. Matter of fact, that goes back to Parcells. Parcells said the number one thing you do when you build a team around, the easiest way to get your team wins fast is be better on special teams. That's something that both these guys have in common. I know you didn't touch base on that, but that's something that makes both these guys successful is they put a massive emphasis on special teams. I remember there was Steve Spurrier when he took over for the Redskins that one year. He was talking about a player for special teams, and somebody's like, coach, that guy's not on the team anymore. And bottom line, he didn't know what was going on in special teams and all sorts of stuff. But Denver Gator, I'm not disagreeing with you. I don't know if they really draw different types of guys, though. One thing about Bill Belichick that you may not realize is that he coaches and preaches enthusiasm for the team. He says every time somebody scores a touchdown, there should be 10 guys wanting to celebrate with that guy. If that motivates you, and I really didn't expect to hear that from Bill Belichick, and you don't think that, but that's something he encourages from the players. If you watch the Patriots, you watch one thing. If you ever watch Patriots, watch every time somebody scores a touchdown, watch everybody get enthusiastic about it. And if somebody makes a big play on defense, notice the other players just go nuts. Belichick practices that. So I'm not 100% sure if they draw different types of guys, but I think that if you coach under Belichick, it's not as much fun if you coach under Andy Reid. I will say that. Yeah, I know. I know you had that too. Yeah, you did. I remember you hit me up. So do let me know. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to leave this here. I got Kansas City in 3, so hopefully I go 3-0 this weekend. There is a chance I'm going to put action down on a few of these other games. More than likely, I'm not, but I am eyeballing the Raiders. If it drops 2.5, I may go ahead and take the Raiders. We'll have to see. Anyway, this was a fantastic show. Thanks, everybody, for joining. Hey, listen, don't forget, Ravens and Steelers are Tuesday night. I'm going to keep an eye on that. If Lamar Jackson starts, and that's a big question, I'm going to take a look at the line. You know how I feel. I think Baltimore might win that game. I might actually make a video Monday regarding that, so stay tuned. If not, I'll see all you guys Wednesday. Thank you so much for the show, man. Have a great night.